Good morning everyone, bonjour à tous and welcome on my YouTube channel Wine Wolf Spreading. Today we're going to talk about sake, and we're going to try a wonderful sake that have been given to me, Kirakucho Wakane, which is actually a Ginjo, Junmai Ginjo. I will test it as they have been recommended to me with 3 different kind of temperature. So we're going to test it chilled, room temperature, and warm tobikiri can. So as I say, this sake has been given to me during the Kura Master in Paris this summer. As I told you, it was Junmai Ginjo with a semi-buai of 16%. So, this one coming from the Shiga prefecture and is made by Kirakucho brewery in Shiga, so not far from the Biwa lake. So, going to pour a bit there. So I tasted 2 days ago. And I've been talking about it on Facebook, and they told me actually it was better to open it 2 days before to taste it and to let grow the sake. So the time is going to chill a bit. I'm going to warm it up. It should be more than enough. And to know as well how it's going to react with food, I got some smoked beef cheese and some roast sheep vinegar. So like that, I will see how it supports first the beef cheese and the acidity of the vinegar. So let it chill it a bit, and to warm it up, that should be quite fast. And I may add the water first, because of course without the hot water it will be absolutely hopeless to get it warm. Yeah, perfect. So the time is going to be chill, so I never tasted 3 different kind of temperature of sake in the same time. I don't know if you have to taste the chilled one first and the warm one after. I think the warm sake will be the last one, but I'm going to taste it first room temperature. So you might not see the bottle very well. Here we go. Wonderful sake with Kirakucho Wakane Junmai Ginjo with a semi-buai of 60%. So first, the nose is very open. You can already smell it before to have first nose. Very open nose, very delicate. We are not something too very strong nose. We doesn't overpower the smell, but we got a very delicate nose. Open up. Yeah, it's definitely opening on a ripe fruit, floral, white flower. Got quite a bit of yeasty nose, but very interesting, and not on a more on a making. I got a kind of melon. Quite complex nose. But as you know, the nose of sake doesn't mean much. We'll taste it on the palate. definitely. And I think that it was very important to open it 2 days before. When I tasted it was a bit more close 2 days ago. And definitely, it's definitely more open. You got that wonderful acidity. A kind of empireutic note as well, which is actually quite rare, I guess, in sake, as I say, I'm still a beginner. And a very good length. We haven't got that umami taste, but we're having a kind of smokiness, earthy. Very ripe fruit, as a yellow and I say yellow fruit, but as well a kind of a melon. Pineapple, very ripe pineapple. It's definitely complex on a palate, yeah. Definitely more a modern sake, yeah. Well, lovely. Very nice one. I checked the price on the internet. I only found it in Japanese yen, was around 13,000, not even that, 1,300 yen, Japanese yen. That's about 10 euro in Japan, was actually a very good price. I don't know how it's going to cost in Europe or in France, depending, of course, of the cost of shipping. But I think it's going to be a very good value sake on the French market. So that should be chilled. It is. So I have to say, I'm not really a big fan of chilled sake, but it's definitely a modern way to taste it in Japan. A huge difference. Definitely more interesting to taste it chilled. Definitely more fruit, and the acidity is definitely more straightforward. So it is very interesting. The aroma are definitely more complex. We're losing that melon fruit thing to get more that earthy, smoky taste. Funnily, a kind of a peat, but not the smoke peat, and it's very herbaceous. And that is very surprising, actually, to get that herbaceous and that fresh peat on a palate, you know. Grassy, very elegant, but definitely more straightforward on a palate. And the acidity is kicking a bit more than room temperature. Lovely. Definitely a lovely surprise. Right. So I will not, I'm going to leave it a bit more in it. I should not do that, but because I want to taste it later on with the food. So that should be ready. Not yet. Gonna wait a sec. And I think it's definitely a well discovered. I do like the label. I get a few notes as well that I took later on, before. Yeah, so Kirakucho, Wakane, that's the name of the sake, of course. Shuza, that's the name of the brewery. Prefecture is Shiga, so we are in central of Japan, north of Kyoto. Semebuai, as I did say, was 60%. So Sakamai is a blend of Yama Danashiki at 25%, and Jin Fubuki at 75%. And Jin Fubuki is actually a rice who is actually very well developed in Shiga prefecture. Yeah. I should be definitely alright with my broken takui here. Right, easier. So we are about 50s Celsius degrees. Well, that's definitely more my style to drink sake. We're going to lose the acidity and get all the roundness of the sake. And I definitely do like that style. We're losing that herbaceous style and we're getting more a rounder aroma. Still on the aromatic, but we definitely lose this peaty taste I used to get before. Definitely more balanced to me. Not that so strong, but very, very well balanced, very smooth, reducing the acidity, and that I think is a good way to taste it. Yeah. But actually, my heart is in between two ways. The chilled one and the warm one. I think the room temperature one is not that so interesting. Yeah. I think the room temperature one will be very, the warm one, the Kirakucho one, will be very interesting to taste with food. White meat, veal fillet with sage, with definitely a juice, but not cream, a cooking juice with sage. I see very well as well tarragon, so we can do a sage, tarragon, something quite green on the chlorophyll taste with serve with a veal. That will be interesting, and why not kind of mix with seafood as well, will be interesting. Yeah, definitely a kind of octopus with veal mix with some cooking juice with tarragon and sage. I think that would be interesting on a warm side. Yeah. As I say, I just get Eve cheese because the time to cook anyway. It's not even 11 o'clock in France in the morning. So I will try now with the Eve cheese to see how it's going to react. So first, I guess with the room temperature one. Nothing happening with the smoked cheese, but I will try with the raw sheep vinegar. First, the cheese is wonderful. With the raw sheep vinegar is excellent. Well, nothing much. This is a very good match. I was sure about the acidity, and was actually it's quite straightforward when you serve it chilled with the raw sheep vinegar. It's excellent. and with the smoky cheese. The texture of the cheese is quite important, as this is the cook and press cheese and smoke after. The rose ship vinegar, actually a very interesting one from Larzac, south of France. The floral part of the rose ship is going to evolve with the acidity of the sake served chilled. A very interesting match, and I think it could be very nice cool aperitif, you know, to have that this sake served chilled with Eve cheese and vinegar. Vinegar made with flour is more interesting, and to get that, as I said, this is a rose ship. But why not with different kind of vinegar as balsamic, old balsamic vinegar would be very interesting to be served with that chilled sake. Yeah. So let's do it warm now. It does roll, but nothing happening. The magic doesn't happen. So I will come back with my bit of my chilled sake and my Eve cheese and my rose ship vinegar. That will be absolutely perfect. Sorry, we did cut. Very important phone call. Huh? Another problem when you don't use cut videos. So. Back to it, I say the best thing to serve this sake for me will be a chilled sake served with cheese, going very well. If you're going on the warm sake, food-wise, it will be more like meat and a cooked dish, not like aperitif. But I think this sake is a perfect sake to start as an aperitif with Eve cheese, smoked or not, and something on the side as a little, to get a little kick, whether vinegar or balsamic vinegar or little chutney, that would be very interesting. So, if you got any question, please do use chat box below, and don't hesitate to make any comment. I'm a very open-minded person, even if I'm French. But please don't hesitate to make any comment. So come back to the sake Kirakucho Wakane from Shuza, Shiga Prefecture, with Senebuai of 60%. So I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope to see you very soon. And please enjoy yourself and drink well.